Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 86.
86. I'm back.
Calypso Cigar Review Podcast.
I am back.
Randy Rankin's back.
So all you Nate haters can get over it. I'm joking.
Naders. I called him Naders.
Naders.
Yeah, that's what I came up with. Naders. So
I thought Nate did a good job, but go ahead.
We are at the Calypso Cigar Shop and Lounge. As always, I'm Brandon Luna.
I'm Randy Rankin.
And Nate is not here because we banished him for life. No,
yes,
no,
kidding.
We didn't.
We love Nate, even though you all don't. Just teasing. It was just one person.
Yeah, I know. And that guy's kind of a dick, so.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But today we're doing the Halloween special. I've got my skull shirt on. And,
yeah.
And
thanks for the memo.
Yeah,
and letting me know.
Hey, we're busy guys, man.
We are.
We're busy guys. So we're doing the Tatuaje Jason Voorhees 13 from 2013. So this has a year on it.
Nice.
This went to only 13 shops, so it was very limited. So I've been holding on to these for a while. And the makeup on this, since we don't have Cigar Deet Nate, it's Nicaraguan in origin, made at the My Father factory. Connecticut broadleaf
yes,
wrapper.
Good job.
Binder and filler Nicaraguan, 7.5 by 52, so it's considered a double
boy.
Corona.
It's a big boy.
$13 MSRP on this guy. So
little 13 theme going on with this thing, right?
And it came out October 2nd, 2013. So this has a little bit over a year on it.
A year and 3 weeks.
So let's give it a look-see here. Pretty bumpy looking.
A little
veiny, but that's okay. We're okay with that.
We don't mind veins.
Very good smell to it.
Tobacco-y smell. And
nice cocoa smell on the foot.
I'm going to cut with our Monte Cristo cigar scissor, donated to us by Altitude USA, and Eddie Gavito, who, how did you forget his name the other day? That was hilarious.
Did I?
In the last episode.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Gavito. I don't know, man. I got a lot going on right now.
I know.
This Rep Life, by the way.
Yep.
PDR Rep, AJ Fernandez Rep. And
although you can't see on the
life on the heart is road.
Exactly.
The life on the heart is road.
It's very road. It's as road as it gets,
it's
man.
As road as it gets, man. It's so road, in fact, that you don't ever want to drive when you're not.
Right.
Like I got off the road like a whole week of driving, and my wife's like, we got to go to Austin. Somehow I end up driving the whole fucking time. Right. I'm like, how did I end up driving? She's like, hey, it's your car. You drive. I'm like, ah. So I made her drive on the way back, and all she did was bitch the whole way back. I'm like, you want me to drive? No, because you're gonna whine about it. Yeah. Like,
the cold roll was very cocoa-y.
A little bit of spice and some cocoa on the cold draw. So yeah, big fan of these cigars so far. They put out the Dr. Jekyll this year, which I missed completely because I've been otherwise occupied. So
I've seen it around.
Yeah, I've seen it around. I might pick it up at a couple shops or something if I find it, or you pick one up, I'll pick one up, and then we can review that later. But
all right.
And next up, we're going to jump the gun like a lot of people do at Christmas. I've already got 3 people in my neighborhood that have Christmas lights up. I don't know about you.
No, but Target and Walmart already have their Christmas stuff out.
Yep,
it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
And we're going to do next week the Viaje Christmas tree.
Okay.
So in order to kind of get into the holidays.
Yeah.
With the holiday theme. And we still have the CAO Evil Santa or whatever the hell it was called that we'll review later, closer in December sometime.
Okay, cool.
And that's got a year on it as well.
Cool. That'll work. Well, I'm back. I think Nate did a very good job. I was very pleased with his efforts, although I kind of felt like Jill Wagner must have felt when she watched Vanessa Lachey hosting Wipeout the year she was gone. I was like, I'm supposed to be there. Why am I like
exactly,
this? You know?
Yeah, it's good. I can imagine. I mean, I felt the same way when I watched the one that you and Nate did. That didn't make
will never air. That will never air.
It was very similar. If you want to know what it's like, I think we've already talked about this. Just watch our Monte Cristo episode from Mexico.
Well, I don't drink like I used to, and I had like one more than I probably should have that day at Nate's dad's, and you could tell.
You could tell between the first, second, and the third when you had the one more.
Yeah. And there was some actually good information in that episode, but oh well, it's gone with the wind.
Yeah, we can always bring it up later. So right off the bat, a lot of cocoa, a lot of spice. Pretty strong still considering it's been a year,
Yeah, it's tasty so far.
Tastes like Jason.
Yep. Hey, I found out some information.
Oh, yeah, go for
You
it.
Todd Vance is from North Carolina, and he was talking.
The AJ Fernandez national sales manager. Sorry, yeah, just so you know.
And he's been on several episodes. He being from North Carolina, we were in a shop, and this guy was getting ready to go on vacation to North Carolina.
Okay.
So Todd was telling him, some things to see and everything. And the house from Private Eyes is in Asheville, North Carolina, and they actually give tours.
Oh, yeah?
I've got to go to North Carolina now. I want to go to that house.
That'd be cool.
That is really cool. He's been inside it and everything. It's really cool.
That would be cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Since we're both fans of that movie.
Hopefully it has all the crawl spaces like it did in the movie, and you get to go in the back. I'm sure it doesn't, but that'd be great.
I want the poems that don't rhyme thing to happen. Yeah. That'd be great. So Todd was like, so he's just describing this house, and it's the biggest house, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that the one they used in Private Eyes? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. He goes, I can't believe you know that movie. I'm like, dude, I know that movie by heart. Mm-hmm. I can quote the damn movie.
Yeah, it's a great flight.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
So how's life on the road been for you, man?
Is
it hard out there for a pimp?
We hit 7 cities.
7 cities?
35 shops, maybe.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of getting out there and meeting people. Todd wanted to introduce me to as many people as he could because this is my first week on my own. Mm-hmm. And we, by God, just about every store between here and San Antonio.
Wow.
And I've never done the drive where you drive to Houston on 45. Mm-hmm. You come back on 45. Well, because we cut over, so we're coming back on 35. Mm-hmm. I've never done that before.
Oh, I've never done that before.
Yeah, so I've never even gone from Houston to San Antonio. I've never made that trip before until this week. Yeah, that's a longer drive than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is long. Yeah.
Saw College Station for the first time. I've never been to College Station. Saw that. It's a cool little store. Can't remember what it's called now, but you need to get out there and see it.
Yep.
Went to a shop that I have heard about for years.
What shop is that?
Hill Country.
Okay.
Cigars. It's San Marcos.
Okay.
And we used to share a customer. Calypso used to share a customer with that store. Mm-hmm. I think the kid went to school down there, and when he was home, he would come up here and he'd shop here. And the previous owner passed away a few years ago. He was a motorcycle guitar guy, and he was a hoarder. And the new owners, I guess they were friends with him. They kept it just the way he had it, and it's just very eclectic, but it's very cool. I mean, there's a moose head on the wall. There's old bikes and books, and it's just, you'll like that store. It's really cool.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen a couple of shops that have way too much crap on the walls, but that's, they look more like a Chili's or something. Yeah, it's like
this probably is too much stuff, but it's cool. There was a reason for it to be there, and it works. It's really cool.
That's cool. So, how's your burn so far? Mine's off.
It's off a little bit, just a tad.
These have been stored at 65 RH, 72 for the most part, 72 for the year. So
I'm ready for cooler weather.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It hasn't been bad. It's been
still. We set a record the other day for the highest temperature
really?
in October. Yeah.
What day was that?
Friday or Saturday. It was 92, 93.
No, I was in Austin. I didn't know.
It was 92 in Austin too.
Yeah, it was like 80 something. I don't know.
It felt like 92. Yes, we're on a golf course, but we weren't playing, which is hell.
That's like no fun.
That is hell.
Just,
but it was fun. It was fun.
What the hell were you doing on a golf course, not playing? Selling cigars?
There was an event. Yeah, selling cigars. Yeah.
Yep. Thought you were like trying to get the gophers.
No. No, but it was a really nice course, but I can't remember what it's called. But it's in the very wealthy Austin suburb, Lakeway or something.
Upper echelon of Austin.
Yeah. I think Sandra Bullock has a house there in that particular spot.
Austin's a cool city. I dig it. There's a lot of cool stuff to do there. I'm just not real happy with the traffic there because of the highway system is horrible.
It is.
Yeah, but there's a lot of really cool shops, just a lot of cool stuff. That I found a couple shops off of Congress that were just had so much cool stuff. I just wanted to buy everything. I'm like, I want to buy everything in the shop. And they had a candy shop that had this old candy. Nice. It wasn't actually old candy, but it's the same,
old style.
Yeah, old style candy from like the 60s and stuff, and even older than that with that old wrappers and stuff. And it's pretty cool that they have all that.
That is cool. It's a great city to visit, I think. I don't know that I could live there with the traffic. The traffic is hell.
Yeah, the traffic is hell.
But it's beautiful. Certain parts, it almost looks like Italy because all these houses built on the hills and stuff.
You can tell it's that's the reason why Californians have flocked to Texas and flocked to Austin because it's similar. There's a lot of hills and there's a lot of that culture, the hippie kind of culture, and everybody's all like anti everything, so
it's a very liberal city too.
Yeah, very much so. So I think that's part of why it's so easy for Californians to move there and take over the place, which is what they're doing.
Raise the property values.
I saw so many California plates, it wasn't even funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed a bunch of them too.
Yeah, I mean the property value. That's the thing with Austin. It's like the cost of living is so high, but the cost that you get paid for things is not any better than here per se. So it doesn't make sense to live there unless you're a student, pretty much, or really rich.
Yeah, that area that I was talking about. There was a guy. He was taking pictures for the event, and he's from there. He was a cop in Austin, so he knows the whole city. And he was saying that the least expensive house in that area is $800,000, and the most expensive is $13 million. So it's a very highfalutin area for sure. Wow. And the guy that owns the $13 million house, I think he stays there like 1 month out of the year.
That's awesome. If he wants to sublet for $800 a month, I'd be happy to.
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that house for it.
You're right. He's bound to have someone living there. You gotta at that point. You gotta have something.
What's your electric bill like in a $13 million house?
I don't know if he's not there.
I know, but I mean, let's say you lived there. How much would that be? Jeez.
I don't know, man. That's got to be ridiculous.
It's got to be at least $400 a month.
At least. I am smoking that way too fast.
You're smoking way too fast.
I'm just loving it, though. And, yeah. Been waiting to smoke that for a freaking year.
Yeah. I know this is Friday the 13th, obviously. Not. I mean, the cigar is Friday the 13th related, but did you hear there's Halloween news?
No.
The movie Halloween? They're going to do a new one, but they haven't really discussed what it's going to be like.
Okay.
But it's going to be based on the first two, the original ones.
Okay.
Which the first two Carpenter ones, like, take place after those. That's kind of what they're hinting about.
So it's not going to follow the zombie thing? It's going to
ignore the zombie thing completely.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why they would do that.
Because the zombie one sucked.
Yeah, and people went. I mean, the first one obviously did a lot of business, I think, just because it was a remake of Halloween, regardless of the fact that and I tapped it, I shouldn't do that, but regardless of the fact that it was Rob Zombie, and I think the second one failed because people didn't really like the first one. So,
right. Yeah, I read it cost $28 million to make, and it only did like $65 million worldwide. So that means
that's a failure. I mean, it is double what they made, but they usually went triple or better.
Yeah, you won't triple. Well, because it cost $28 million, but that doesn't count marketing the movie, and it's usually a fifth of what you spend. So it's another $5 million in marketing there. Yeah.
So yeah, that was considered a failure. But yeah, I just think they went too far off the mark as far as the origin story, and they tried to make him too much of a. You're supposed to feel for the guy. Like, no, you're not supposed to feel for the guy. He's supposed to be a monster. It's supposed to be just this.
He's
evil kid. You don't know why he's evil. He's in in suburbia, and you're like, what? It's supposed to be
That's
that.
the
it's
whole
not supposed
point.
to be.
You're not supposed to be feeling sorry for Michael Myers.
Yeah, no, that just kind of takes away the teeth right out.
It did.
You.
And but there were parts of the first one I liked. Of zombies, parts of it. But for the most part, the feel of it was terrible.
He makes creepy movies, and he's got the creep factor. But I think the story was wrong.
Yeah,
the story was wrong, and I hate that he has everybody look like him in the movies. Like, everybody has to have long, stringy hair, and they all have to look like they're
rock stars.
Haven't showered in 12 weeks. So that Loomis shouldn't have looked like that. Loomis shouldn't have had long hair and looked like a rock star. That was just ridiculous when I saw that. I'm like, why does everybody have to look like Rob Zombie?
There were certain touches I thought were kind of cool. He played "Don't Fear the Reaper" in it, which was in the first one. In the Carpenter one. So, but for the most part, I thought it was a swing and a miss. Now, the new Friday the 13th, I thought was really good. We've discussed that.
Yep. Very. I would call that a breast epic, because there's a lot of really good breasts in that movie.
There were.
There's not a bad pair in the film, really.
Nope.
Not a bad pair. Even the ones that are covered are nice, but
Yeah. We talked about that on our other show, Cinema.
We did, which we'll be doing
Episode
again
2.
Eventually, maybe one of these years.
Someday.
Because
we're going to try to do one a day, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen unless you skip the game and come over, but that's up to you.
Oh, man. The cigar is going to take forever.
Not the rate I'm smoking it. All right, so we're going to take a little break. We'll come back for the second third of the Jason 13 from
very
Tatuaje.
chocolatey.
Very chocolatey. A little bit of spice. Not as spicy as it started off, but a lot of flavor. We'll see if it actually changes on us. We'll be back.
There you go.
All right, we are back for the second third of the JV-13 from Tatuaje. Jason Voorhees 13.
Jason Voorhees.
Yep, the man, the myth, the babe magnet.
Yeah.
Chicks like him.
I like Jason.
Mm-hmm.
He's my second favorite behind Michael.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, what do you think? Second, third?
It's not very complex.
It's changed a little bit on me. I'm getting a lot of leather in the second, third, more so at the end of the first third and
It's
into the second,
spicier
third.
now, less cocoa-y, but it's still very cocoa-y.
Yeah, but still pretty much a lot of leather, a little bit like hints of molasses sweetness, but they're not, overtaking it for the most part. But yeah, it's got some flavor to it. It's just not overly complex. They said they based it on the Fausto line, that's pretty much what it is. It's like power, so.
Yeah. I like it, though.
Yeah, it's tasty. I would definitely smoke it again, for sure. Mm-hmm. I've liked a majority of the Halloween blends that they've done. I like the Drac a lot and the Wolfie, and I think the Mummy was the only one I was like, on.
The Wolfie, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wolfie.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your favorite Friday the 13th? I mean, the first one, obviously.
The first one's great, and then I like the one with Corey Feldman in it.
That was a good one. That was 4. That was
Yeah.
4. That was a good one.
That's one of my favorites.
I like 3. It's always been one of my favorites.
The 3D
the 3D
one?
I like that one.
So cheesy, man.
The 3D part is cheesy, but the actual
Yeah.
story was good. It was actually a good story.
That was a good story. It's hard to get past. When you watch it not 3D,
Uh-huh.
and there's all that stuff coming out at you, it's just so cheesy. It's hard to get past. It really is.
It is, but I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the first 4. Those were the core ones for
Yeah,
me.
for sure, yeah.
Of the later ones,
Pardon me.
6 was okay.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to be kind of goofy after a while.
They
You
started
got to where
go,
you started pulling for the way he was going to kill people. How's he going to
Yeah.
kill somebody in this?
They started to go kind of the way that the Nightmare on Elm Street ones, where they just kept getting different directors and they wanted to go a different direction. And each movie seemed like it was its own thing.
Yeah.
It's like the same characters but totally different style.
Right.
Like
Well,
the
they had the one
fake-
with the girl.
fake Jason
the
was
telekinetics
yeah, that was
and
just
stuff.
like
Yeah, I
come
know.
on, guys. Yeah. Yeah, they got.
Well, if you're
pretty
going to
cheesy.
make 34 different movies, they're going to be different.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how many there were. 10.
Something like that. I don't think they got
Jason
to 13.
X was, I think, the last one.
And then the reboot, yeah.
Yeah. No, then they did Jason Goes to Space. So I think there was 11.
Maybe. Yeah. Was Jason 10 wasn't space one?
Well, that might have been the space
I
one.
think that was a space one.
Yeah, it
and
was.
then they did the reboot.
The reboot.
They need to just do 11, 12, and 13. That'd be cool.
Yeah, make it go to 13. And
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
They should do that. Yeah.
They should.
Get some of the old people back.
Yeah. What did I hear? I
What did
heard
you
that
hear?
there was talk at one point of having all the survivors back.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that in
Yeah.
the documentary.
Yeah. That would have been kind of cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah. All
But
gang
then-
up on them.
Then some of them would have died, though, and then they wouldn't be survivors anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
Probably fight over who's going to die. I'll die, but it has to be really cool. you know.
Well, Horseshack's dead, and he was in one. Well, he didn't survive the one he was in.
Mm-mm.
No.
Kevin Bacon. All the dead people come back. Kevin Bacon's in one. He killed
That
my
would've-
brother. Come back as his twin brother or something. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Get Kevin Bacon back.
Oh, man. Interesting. I
Yeah.
liked them, though. They were fun.
They're fun movies. I dig them. Yeah. Horror movies doing. I mean, they always do well this time of year. But that Ouija board movie came out and
You
that
got
did-
raked
like,
over the coals by the critics, though.
but it was number one, man. It's just you
And-
just come out at the right time.
And Annabelle's done real well.
Yeah, Annabelle did well. Didn't get as good as far as the reviews were concerned as as much as The Conjuring, but it did okay
Mm-hmm.
on reviews. So I'll still check it out. I mean,
I liked The Conjuring. I finally finished it. That's a
oh,
movie.
good,
That's a
cool.
movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Good scares in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
But,
good to see Lily Taylor back and something in
I
Ron
haven't seen her in a long
Livingston.
time.
You know,
Yeah, and Ron Livingston.
had a good cast. I mean, you got a good cast like that.
It'll work.
And
It
a
helps.
decent, decent script and everything. It makes it a better movie.
Mhm.
Now, I think Hollywood tries too hard sometimes. They had that one with the Eric Bana that was the whole police officer.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Bleh.
That
That was crap. So yeah, I don't even know what that's called. I'm not even gonna
Not
mention
even gonna
because
mention it.
Crap.
because it was crap.
But yeah. So get this.
Okay.
Have you talked to Perry over at?
No, I'm supposed to talk to him.
Okay. Do you know?
I saw what you posted. Yes.
The guy is awesome. The
Yeah,
guy
heard he's cool.
directed a whole bunch of like these really B-grade horror flicks from like the 70s and 80s and stuff,
Right.
and did a whole bunch of the sexy stuff with Shannon Tweed. I'm like, dude.
He directed a Shannon Tweed.
He directed
movie.
a Shannon
Nice.
Tweed movie. So
Nice.
I mean, we got to get that guy on cinema and just have him talk about all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
He's telling me about this one movie that he made that he sold the rights to it for like $80,000, and this guy has made like $20 million off of it, just releasing it over and over again
Really?
as like a one of those what they call those pulp movies
Yeah,
or whatever the
right.
heck, those kind of flicks. And
Wow.
the names changed several times and all this other stuff. It's like that's crazy.
$80,000. The guy's made $20 million.
I know. He's like,
That's-
it happens.
that
What can you
happens,
do?
you
Don't think it's worth that much, so you sell it for what you think it's worth.
That's fine.
So yeah, we definitely need to go over there and go to his shop and do a cinema with him. I
Yeah,
think
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Have a special episode with him.
Do you remember which Shannon Tweed movie it was?
He told me, but all you have to do is look up Perry Tong on IMDb, and there's a full list of all the stuff he directed, produced, wrote.
And what's
he
the
wrote
cigar store is he
at? Pop's Safari.
His Pop's Safari.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So you'll go see him. He's a super cool dude.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Shannon Tweed movie.
Interesting
That's
the
nice.
people you meet when you hit these shops up in the industry. It's just like there's a lot of talent there.
Yeah, we were discussing. I can't remember what shop we went to so many last week, but we're discussing that cigars are the great equalizer.
Oh yeah, for
you
sure.
can be in a shop with a multi-millionaire and a shop where guys making minimum wage and they're getting along and they're chatting. They've got a lot in common because of the cigar.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
That's one of the best things about cigars, yeah. Just the way they get people together and, the camaraderie of being a BOTL or an SOTL.
Yeah, I heard a story. This guy drove like an 80 Datsun pickup or something and wore raggedy jeans and all this kind of stuff. Well, he died. And his wife came into the shop to clean out his locker, hit a locker or something. And come to find out the guy was worth like $80 million, but nobody knew.
Yeah.
Because he never showed up.
A lot of the guys are like that. Though. They live way below their means. That's how they keep their money, and they invested well. And, those are the guys you need to be buddy with. Hey,
exactly.
How's it doing? How's it going? Let me help you out.
I got a script.
I'll mow your yard. It's going to be great.
That's cool.
It's hard to know who those guys are, though, because they're a lot of times they're under the radar, So.
Well, Todd was telling me, his buddy wrote Vacancy. He's got 5 movies in production right now.
That's awesome.
5.
That's
awesome. That's very cool. Mark Smith is his name. Yeah.
Look him up on IMDb, Mark Smith.
Yep.
And watch Vacancy.
Yeah, I watched it the other night. It was on.
Yep.
I finished it in meaning because it started it in the middle. Solid.
Yeah. Watch
can
the
tell
second
that
one
Kate
because he's
Beckinsale-
never seen it. Watch it.
He wrote it, but he hasn't seen it. He told me I've watched one more of his movies than he has. That's kind of fun. But I asked him. I said, I heard that Kate Beckinsale and Luke Wilson did not get along, and you can really tell in the movie. He's like, oh yeah, she thought he was a hillbilly.
Yeah.
And wanted nothing to do with it. You could tell. In
Yeah.
that movie.
They had no chemistry.
None.
Yeah.
None.
It happens that way sometimes, And then there's people who are supposed to have chemistry that have none, like Antonio Banderas and his wife. You see him in the movie, it's like they go together like chocolate and shit. And
Yeah, right. You mean
they're
Melanie
married
Griffith?
for how long, Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Well, apparently Kate Blanchett was supposed to play the part.
Oh, yeah?
So all the rehearsal was done with her, and then Kate Beckinsale was a last-minute replacement. So that they didn't even have time to forge any chemistry.
Yeah.
But you could tell.
Traded Kates for Kates.
That's right.
Traded up on the Kates as far as I'm
Definitely.
concerned. As far as how she
Looks
looks.
goes anyway,
Kate is a hottie.
She is a top fiver.
Yeah,
That's for
she's
sure.
definitely a top fiver.
Nice. But anyway, it's mellowed out a little, but it's still tasty.
Yeah, very tasty. I like it. I'm curious to see how the Jekyll is. We'll see. We'll get to that.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you.
Oh, what?
I was there's this page on Facebook, Cinema Blend,
Okay.
and I get notices from them because I follow them. And this was cool. They had the top 13 horror movies you've never heard of.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
And the one with Scott Wilson was on it.
Yeah.
Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
That was on it. I thought that was cool. And Splinter was number 1.
Yay.
And I was like, yes, 2 movies that I found on my own made the list. It's like,
That's
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So,
yeah, it is the time of horror movies. So if you haven't watched your horror movies yet, it's the time to watch them.
Watch
We
The
got a
Rise of
week.
Leslie Vernon.
Yep.
And Splinter.
Yes, give those 2 a try. They're definitely worth your time.
Yeah, very good movies.
Find them and watch them. So, have you been catching up on any horror movies in
Nope.
this month or not? No time?
No time to do anything.
Yeah.
You get to the hotel room and you just want to die.
Die.
Of course, the one hotel we stayed in, I almost did die there. It was horrible.
It was like that cheesy that night was it 80s or 90s movie that Joe's Apartment.
Oh yeah,
with all the cockroaches.
dude, there was cockroach poop on the refrigerator. It was disgusting.
Ew.
Yeah, they're gonna get ripped on Yelp. I'm ripping them on Yelp.
They might sue you.
I put it under a bogus email address.
Right. I'm Todd Vance, and I hate your shop. I hate your hotel.
Yeah, throw Todd under the bus on that one. There you go. Now he was the one. Don't put your name. They'll sue you. I'm like, I'm not gonna put my name. And I'm not gonna say the name here because then they'll
Just go to like one of those iStores and put it under a fake name or something.
Oh, the place was a dump.
Yeah.
People were flocking out of there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I saw at least 5 people go to the room, come back out, and leave.
we stayed in a hotel in Austin that was there was a big thing going on in Austin, I guess, and there was some sporting things going on.
Yeah, that's why we had to stay in it.
Yeah, so we stayed in a pretty nice hotel over there, and you're in a hotel full of jocks when you go to the breakfast and there's no food because everything's been eaten.
Right.
It's like they ascend. It's like the whole place is like all the tables have been put together. There's no place to sit. It's like 14 kids there just going yum 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 yum, eating like every pastry, it was one of those extended continental,
right.
but because they did have the egg circles, which are totally unnatural circles of egg.
They're gross.
Yeah,
I had one this week,
and the circle of I guess it's supposed to be sausage.
It's kind of plasticky.
Yeah, plastic sausage. Yeah, but there's like this layer of grease that's just making them. They're floating on it, And then you got the biscuits that are hard as hell. But they did have the thing that would heat up your biscuits, so you'd have a really hard, hot biscuit, but you could make your own little breakfast there. I just had oatmeal and fruit, and I was good. I had
bagels one day at one, and for the most part, the hotels were nice this week, except for that one. And that one didn't have food, thank God, because I wouldn't have eaten it anyway.
Yeah, no kidding.
I didn't even drink the coffee. Yeah. I was like, I'm not. I was like, they boil it. I don't care. I bought a bottle of water to brush my teeth. I wasn't even going to use the water from the sink.
What do you think? In Mexico?
I just poured the water on my toothbrush. And
girl,
dude, this place was gross.
Yeah,
I didn't want to ingest anything involved with that hotel.
If you'd taken a black light in there, it would have been like a
I got there.
Party.
I would have had that freaking bedspread, polka dots and shit. I mean, I ripped that fucker off. I slept in my clothes on top of the sheets.
Yeah. I did that one night at a hotel, but it wasn't because of that. It was just because I was dead tired. I laid down with my phone and I woke up like this at like 3 a.m. Like, my arms are stuck. I was just like, my arms were asleep. I was still holding my phone. I don't know how the hell I fell asleep.
How did you fall asleep?
I was leaning. I was leaning up. I put a bunch of pillows behind me and I was leaning up and I was just sitting there, texting my wife back and forth and fell asleep. And I had like 5 texts. What happened? Where'd you go? I'm like,
when you're in San Antonio, if you have to stay in a hotel, because I know you have family there.
Yeah.
The La Quinta by the airport is really nice, and it's under $100. It's nice. Yeah. So
check it out.
Give that one
I will check it out. All right, so we're going to take another break. We'll come back for the last third of the JV-13 from Tatuaje with a year on it. Yummy.
Year and 3 weeks.
Yep. All right, we're back for the last third of the JV-13 from Tatuaje, last year's Halloween smoke from those guys. We should revive the creature feature for this episode. Didn't even think about it. We're just
we're stupid.
Oh well,
we're
too
dumb.
busy. Too busy.
We don't prepare ever.
Yeah, no kidding.
The show shows it.
It is what it is. I mean, that's why we do it.
It's cigar store banter, and you don't prepare
Yeah.
for cigar store banter. You just ride the wave.
Yep, exactly. Ride the cotton pony in. Wait a minute, what?
I don't know what you're saying.
So what do you think?
It's good. I had a funky burn. It's almost corrected itself.
Yeah, mine corrected itself. It did have a funky burn in the first third, but by the second third, it was right. So
mine was fine the first third. It was the second third one started getting funky. A little stronger at the end.
Yeah, definitely got some more strength at the end. It's kicking in.
Yeah, it's starting to kick me.
I'm getting it in my stomach.
I'm getting a little lightheaded.
I just realized I did not eat enough before I started this cigar.
And I'm like starving now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm one of those little bar things
the shaky
at like 1
things
o'clock.
almost from
all the
nicotine kicking
so,
in.
I got to ask, because we're both in the rep industry now, how many cigars do you smoke on the road typically in a day?
Not many.
Not many.
Because Todd doesn't smoke very often.
Yeah.
Maybe averaged an average like 1.5 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that for me too. Depends on the day and how tightly my schedule is wrapped up, and who I'm seeing, if they have time to sit and talk, and it all varies.
Yeah, you just kind of play it by ear. And
my Houston week was like more cigars than I've smoked in a month. I think that week.
Yeah,
was
that was
like
a rough
ridiculous.
week for you.
Yeah, it was. I was like wheezing at the end of the week. Like, I got to stop.
Well, I've got Louisiana this week, so and I'm by myself, so we'll see. But I doubt I'll be smoking much more. I'm not going to smoke in my car. I've decided.
Yeah, I don't smoke in my car.
I've got that the e-cigar still. If I want something in the car, I'll just puff on that if I have to.
Yeah.
That way my car won't smell.
Yeah, it's hard not to get that. Oh, did you ever find out what that stuff was?
Yeah, Ozone.
Where do you get it?
Walgreens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look for it then.
Ozonio?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just tell them it's the ozone spray.
Yeah, I had to, after the week of Houston, I put one of those little Febreze things on the vent.
Air vent, yeah.
And I've got like another thing under one of the seats that's smell catcher. And I sprayed all the seats down. I've had to spray them down like for 4 days straight to get that, and then just aired out the car for like 3 to 4 days.
So you were smoking
finally
in your
to
car.
where I wasn't. Sean was.
Oh, okay.
It's finally to where it should be. It doesn't smell that bad, but there's still some stuff in the AC. So you turn it on, it's like crap.
That's
you
the
smell
stuff you spray it into the AC vent so that it'll blow it out, and you won't smell anything.
That's cool.
It's like that ozone machine that Matt has. That he when Pedro was moving.
Yeah,
you know, he wanted to get the smell out of his garage.
Yeah,
but it eliminates everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's cool. I definitely need to get that. I'll figure out what it is.
I miss Pedro. I haven't seen Pedro in a while.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
You know, I miss Nate. Believe that or not.
Yeah.
Who would think you'd miss Nate?
I know, right? Guy's a dick.
Anyway,
we're going to be on the road, 3 weeks out of the month probably for the most part. So Nate had mentioned that we need to get the Google Plus thing going so we can do episodes on the road. Yeah. Which is probably something we're going to do. We just need to make sure we'll have the same cigars,
Right.
So maybe centralized location here. Just put the samples in here. When you're in town, you grab it and then have it for the week.
Like that.
Something like that. We'll figure it out.
Well, we're in cigar stores all the time, so we can pick
true.
one up if
that is true. If we need to, Let's do this week.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
We have no energy this segment.
this cigar is kicking my ass. To tell you the truth, it's
really
just like really kicking my ass.
Wow. I'm a little lightheaded. Really.
Yeah. No.
Some chili cheese Fritos or
not
something.
To that point,
yeah.
Right? Get a good lunch in me. I got a salad. That's what I'm going to eat after this.
There you go.
That's not going to do much for me.
That's
I'll wait till I get home and put some steak in it or something.
There you go. Makes sense.
I broke down. We went shopping yesterday when we were hungry, which is always a bad thing.
Wrong
do
move.
that. Yeah. It's like, I want tortillas, and I want this, and I want that. My wife's like, that's all bad. You can't eat that. I'm like, I'll have one tortilla. Yeah, I'm Mexican. You don't have one tortilla.
No, you don't.
It doesn't work that way. But yeah, so that's always a bad thing. Don't shop when you're hungry, and don't shop high. Those are the two things.
See, Todd likes big lunches, and I don't. If I eat a big lunch, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
I like light lunch. And we kept stopping at Golden Corral. It's like, oh, I'm so full.
At least
so
you weren't stopping
full.
at every Chinese food place in the
we
world.
We didn't go to any Chinese.
Wow, he staved off the Chinese for you.
There's a place in Houston across from Stogie's called Lambeau.
Yeah,
and we were supposed to go to that, and
it got pretty good reviews on Yelp too. I looked at it,
and Jorge was upset that we weren't going there because apparently that's Todd's staple. But we wanted to go to that House of Pies instead. Which, by the way, go to House of Pies.
You just had pie, or did you have food?
No, we had food. And then we had
so
pie.
they have food. Okay, I thought it was just
it's a restaurant.
Pies.
It's like a southern kind of restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
diner type food.
You didn't say what you had, so I assumed you just had like 5 different kinds of pie.
You could. They have a lot of different pies and cakes, and it's a cool place.
So what'd you have? You just had like a chicken fried steak or something like that, or what?
We actually got breakfast. It was at night.
Yeah, that's okay. I like breakfast anytime.
So we both had omelets and then had pie for dessert.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Good stuff. The piece of pie they gave you is like that freaking big.
Oh yeah,
it's huge. Two people could eat.
Cool.
It was good. Good stuff.
I love breakfast for dessert or breakfast for dinner. Or
you like breakfast for dessert?
Yeah, it's great. Eggs, make it into the shape of a pie. You're good.
There you go.
That's called a quiche.
It is.
But yeah,
quiche Lorraine.
No, I'm a breakfast guy. I'll eat eggs any time of the day.
Yeah,
me too. For dinner, I'll have eggs. I'll probably do that tonight. I had eggs for breakfast, but I'll probably have it for dinner as well. It's just good that way. It's a good source of protein and tasty. You can make them in various ways.
And, it goes
well. Nate's here.
Nate is here,
but he does not have a microphone.
Nope, he doesn't. He does not have a microphone.
What's
up, Nate?
What is up? You got a haircut, it looks like.
If
you cut.
He got all of them cut.
Yep. All at
We're
one
just
time.
winding down our segment. Thank you for the noise.
Yes. Thank you.
It was great. Appreciate
it. So
anyway.
Nate stood in for you for 2 episodes. 2 full episodes
job,
of Nate Town. Yep.
Good job.
Did you tell me as Naters?
Yeah, you've got Naters now. Nate haters. Just one. Just one.
It's her shower, isn't it?
No, it's not her shower.
No, it's not her shower.
It's the other one. Not Scott, but
the other one.
The other one. The Arizona guy.
Yeah, one of our vocal guys.
Yeah, but anyway.
But he was joking. So
he said you redeemed yourself the next one, so that's good. I thought you did a fine job.
Calm it down for me.
Now Nate's he's crying.
I felt like Jill Wagner must have
tear.
felt when she didn't host Wipeout that one year and watched it, because it was weird watching the show and it wasn't me on it.
Yeah.
Watching how awesome it was.
Like, I don't know about that.
These guys get along. It's not cool.
They have somewhat chemistry.
Somewhat chemistry.
Go get your smoke, dude.
Oh, man.
All right.
So I'm Dallas this week. You're...
Louisiana.
Yep.
and then I'm Dallas next week.
You're going to be eating a lot of good food, I bet.
Yeah, probably so.
You should eat
My friend
a
in
lot of
Baton
good
Rouge
food.
hasn't gotten back to me. I told her I was going to be in town.
Oh, yeah?
I guess that was a sign.
Yeah. Here's your sign.
Here's my sign. Oh, man. So anyway, yeah, this is kicking my ass.
It is, yeah. It's an ass kicker. Thanks, Pete, for kicking our butts. But I guess, Jason kills a lot of people, so
There you go.
kind of goes along with
Yeah,
the
it
theme.
wouldn't be right to name a cigar after Jason Voorhees and then
And have
not
a Connecticut
and
that's
be
like
mild.
wimpy. Yeah. Has to be an ass kicker. And it does. So did you ever try? We've smoked a couple of the other ones. Like we did the face, I think, and I don't know.
The
did we
mini
ever-
mum.
Yeah, the mini mum or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. We've done a couple of them, but
Yeah,
I've got the
mini-
pudgy monsters as well. I just haven't even broken that box open yet.
Oh,
so.
I saw those on the road.
It has the Bride of Chucky in there and the one of the other ones. Oh,
Bride of Chucky.
yep,
What's
and
that?
the Chucky.
Roseanne? Didn't Roseanne do the voice?
No, it wasn't Roseanne. It was the chick with the real high voice and the big boobs. Meg Tilly.
Oh,
or-
yeah. I know you're talking about Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer
Meg
Tilly. There you go.
something.
Yeah. Yep. She was Bride of Chucky. Those movies fell off the rails fast.
They did.
Did you ever see the new one?
No, I didn't see the new one.
I never did either.
Uh-uh.
I never did. I heard the reviews were good, but people were upset that it was a digital Chucky, I guess. So I don't know. I
I
still,
was never really a Chucky fan.
I like the first one was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Brad Dourif. His voice work was cool, but for
Mhm.
the most part,
yeah.
I never saw the rest of them. I mean,
I think I saw the second one, and that was it.
I may have seen the second one. Did they even do the 3D thing? Did they do
I don't know.
3D Chucky? I don't know.
I've no, man, I got the nickups.
The
Oh.
nickups.
Oh,
The dreaded
jeez.
nickups.
God, I haven't had those in a while.
Oh, man. Well, so we're going to have a little bit of a gap here. I'll probably get a quickie out if we can, or there might be another one this Friday. We don't know.
Yeah, we can record
Yeah,
one on Friday.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and cut it short. If you guys always check us out at all the places you can find us, we'd appreciate it. Where can they find us, Randy?
iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podcast Land, Podomatic, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
You got it.
Did
and
I?
The new
I
Twitter
haven't
for
done
him,
that in a while.
The new Twitter for him, AJF Randy.
I haven't been using that.
You haven't been using
No, because people know me on the other one. So
Randy
I've just
Rankin
been
43?
using it.
Okay.
Yeah. At Randy Rankin 43.
At Captain Funky Pants.
At Cigar
Cigar
Nate.
Nate. And Eclipso Cigar.
Follow AJ Fernandez Cigars. Follow PDR Cigars.
Yes. Please
Follow
do that.
Calypso.
And we're all over Instagram too, so find us.
Yes, I've had to do more Instagram this week.
Mhm.
Todd's a big Instagram guy.
Yep, I am too. All right, so as always, it's been great smoking with you.
See you later, Brandon.
See you later, Randy.